Hey, what's up guys? It's Marbletron here, back again with my first ever Marvel Select action figure review on the Iron Spider from Avengers Infinity War. So, first things first, if you don't already follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram at Marbletron. I recently just hit 200 followers, so I'm trying to get to 300 as soon as possible, and I would really appreciate if you gave me a follow. So, for the packaging of this figure, here it is. Here's the front. Let me show you the side. It's actually pretty wide packaging for Marvel Select. And then here's the back. Here's Captain America. And here's Thor with Groot, which I will definitely be getting those two. It says Avengers Infinity War Spider-Man, not Iron Spider, which is kind of weird. And there's also a bio that says, as the Avengers and their allies have continued to protect the world from threats too large for any one hero to handle, a new danger has emerged from the cosmic shadows. Thanos, a despot of intergalactic infamy, his goal is to collect all 6 Infinity Stones, artifacts of unimaginable power, and use them to inflict his twisted will on all of reality. Everything the Avengers have fought for has led up to this moment. The fate of the Earth and existence itself has never been more uncertain. And then it says right down here, this fully articulated 7-inch scale action figure of Spider-Man is based on his appearance in Avengers Infinity War and features 16 points of articulation. And then it also says sculpted by Gentle Giant Studios. So that's pretty much it for the packaging. Let's open this guy up and see what he's all about. So for the painting and sculpting of this figure, I think Diamond Select did a really nice job on it. Yes, there are some problems with the gold. It's a little bit fuzzy in places and splotchy. But for the most part, I think it looks really, really nice. And another part I would be pretty weary about is the tentacles. They do feel a little bit brittle, and I have seen them break on people. So just be careful about that, especially when you're taking it out of the box, because they are positioned pretty awkwardly in there. So, and if you want to know, this is actually a NECA stand that I have them hooked up to. So, in comparison with the Marvel Legends version, right here, I think definitely the Diamond Select wins with the paint. And I think the sculpt as well, because this one doesn't really look like a kid to me. I think the way the shoulders are set up looks more like a man's body, while this one definitely looks more like a kid. And also this one comes with the tentacles, while the other one did not. And it comes with 4 pairs of interchangeable hands, while the other one had only 1. So here's just a quick 360 of the figure. There's the side, the back, and I think the spider logo came out nice on the back as well. So did the front, the other side. I'm not entirely sure how accurate these tentacles are to the movie. I pretty much remember them being all gold. I could be wrong about that. But that's pretty much it for the sculpting and paint. Let's get into the articulation. So for the articulation of this figure, his head can move up about this much, move down about that much, and it does swivel. His arm moves out that much, does do a full 360. He has a bicep swivel, nice tight joints, of course. Double jointed elbows, all of his hands move in and out, and they do swivel. He has a diaphragm joint, which allows him to pivot, and it does allow him to crunch forward. He moves back about that much, pretty much nothing. He also has this extra waist joint, which does turn, but it's just the way it's designed, it keeps running into the pelvis. It's just very tight on mine, actually. And it's supposed to crunch, it's just not very, moving very well on mine. His legs kick forward about this much. They kick back pretty much nothing at all. He does have an upper thigh swivel, which is very tight. Double jointed knees, no calf or boot rotation, whatever you want to call it, but his feet do move down, they do move up, and they do pivot as well. Well, this one is a lot looser, this one's a lot tighter. So that's pretty much it for the articulation. Let's get into his accessories. So I almost forgot about the tentacle articulation. So for the tentacles, it's pretty much all the same for all 4 of them. They swivel at each peg like so, and they bend in back and forth like so. Just be very careful when you're swiveling it. I've seen a lot of people break it that way, especially at these points. These points it's pretty easy to swivel them, but the rest of them become pretty tricky. So that's pretty much it for the articulation. Let's take a look at his accessories. So for the accessories, all he comes with are interchangeable hands. He has 2 wide open hands, or crawling hands, whatever you want to call them. flipping hands, and he also has web holding hands, which he doesn't come with any webs, but I guess you could use the not bendy wire, the twist tie that they use to actually keep the figure in. I already threw mine out, unfortunately, but I just thought of that because I just remembered how much of a pain it was to take this guy out. And he does come with some fisted hands as well. So, for some comparisons, here he is next to two other Iron Spiders from Avengers Infinity War that I own, the Funko Pop and the Marvel Legend. Here he is next to the Marvel Legends, Thanos, and Captain Marvel. So for some MCU Marvel Select comparisons, here he is next to the Winter Soldier from Captain America Civil War and Ant-Man from the first Ant-Man movie, and I gotta say, this new Iron Spider is my favorite. And lastly, here he is next to the comic Thanos and Marvel Select comic Captain America. So that's pretty much it for the review. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram. So that's pretty much it. This was my review on the Marvel Select Iron Spider from Avengers Infinity War. See you later. Feels so good.
You're all right.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know. Hurry. I don't want to go. I don't want to go, sir. Please. Please, I don't want to go. I don't want to go.